Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
Ru, Lulu.
And folks, we continue our coverage today of the Metal Gin tournament of this past weekend. Here on Slutsk, rank who is fighting and what are they bringing to the party?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Zebes Thomas 24 playing as 5th Panzer Division, and on the right-hand side we have GGKringle. I hope that's what the GG stands for. He's playing as 44th Guard Strelocki or Rifle Division, both Maverick incomes.
Interesting. So, do you think Zebes Thomas over here is fighting up or fighting down with that
Like,
fifth against the 44th?
he's probably fighting down. For those who don't know, with this tournament setup, the maps and the divisions are pre-selected every round. You can choose what division composition you have within your division, but the division is picked for you, so to speak. And so, with 5th versus 44th, I'd say 5th has an easier time. In a sense, 44th is not a bad division. Yes, it is a B tier division compared to 5th Panzer's A tier. But you got like quite a lot of T-34 still. 44th. So we'll see how it goes. On slots, you kind of give it to the big heavy cat spam. At the same time, 44th got some pretty good infantry options.
Well, the thing too is worth a note is the game starts with every single one of these, I think, with 750 points. And you can see that on full display from the Russian side. Down below, I mean, geez, they have 4 PTRSs, and what's that? Six Autonomachiki, 5 Autonomachiki. Still, we have time to get 3 more guards, 4 more PTRSs to the north, 4 more Autonomachiki, 4 more guards right there. And that's not even the northern flank. Like, it's
Yeah,
an absurd amount of material to start off these matches.
that is a lot of troops. And you only got like one T-34 and an Su-76 tank destroyer from Kringle. Looking from Zeeb's side, he's a little bit lighter in terms of infantry, just sets trooping, but he is bringing out autocannon half-tracks, some flamethrower troops. But I think in the middle is where his big push is going to be along that hill. He's got a Tiger tank and some troops heading over into that direction.
Surprisingly meager breakout. He's got one tiger going up to the top of the hill, and everything else is staying below the crest. So I'm really
Yeah.
surprised he's something so passive.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wants Kringle to come towards him, use the range advantage that he has with his Tiger tanks to try and blow them up to Kingdom Come.
It certainly sounds like an option. We are going to see just Soviet infantry pouring into that town. Nothing too surprising there. And oh man, he's opening with air trooping. My least favorite opening.
Yeah, they just die so quickly.
Yeah, well, but just I feel like Airsat's opening is kind of like moving in knight first in chess. Like you've done nothing to really develop your center.
I
I
got the
mean,
flank!
technically it's an opening, but like, ugh.
Yeah, it's the problem with Versailles troop and openings that they just get destroyed, especially against flamethrower troops like this in a close quarters engagement. He does have some flamethrower troops of his own, but Gringo has managed to get into lovely positions. He's going really ballsy, right into like the southern section of that town. He's going right in there.
So I'm surprised we're not seeing any kind of Shreks coming up. Looks like we're gonna get one of those, maybe?
You Shreks, come on. Nah, doesn't get the other run.
Which is
Yeah,
gonna be a shame for those poor guys. But at the same time, at least we have those 250/9s. Those guys are gonna be quite good as long as the PTRSs don't get line of sight on them.
Rich. They're
So
very
the
close to being in range.
yes, but and the 250 Mark 9s, I mean, they have the range opportunity advantage, but oh my gosh, there's an M42 here as well. Ugh, this is gonna be awful. You're supposed to be the chosen recon. You're supposed to kill the Soviets, not die to them. And here comes a
Uh,
PTRS and an M42. Yep, he doesn't even need to get shoot. Oh my god.
Yeah, and
Uh,
in the middle, his autocannon half tracks just got completely destroyed. Yeah, he is bringing in some Gepards, Grill, and some more autocannon half tracks. So really banking on heavy light armor.
well, right now he's bringing in his own B-26 Marauder. His Dornier 217. Which again, this thing did way more damage in the last time we saw this. I'm not
He
entirely sure what the
missed.
heck happened.
He missed. I think he did
Okay.
a direct fire order, and About 45 mil, just scooted off to the side.
That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the north, we did have an IL-2 strike. Went after one of these Tigers. Unfortunately for it, the Tiger is significantly quicker than an M42. Ooh. Where are you looking to go with those guns? So confused.
Yep.
Very, very strange, kind of haphazard opening out of both sides, I kind of feel.
Yeah, both sides just really kind of grabbed that 50-50 line. No one's really doing that major breakthrough, it seems. I think Kringle is just going to keep putting pressure along the town as he's bringing in some Tank Desonikis and some T-34 76s.
This seems an opportunity. We have this door near making another just blind run. No, he's actually shooting at something. There we go. That's a nice change.
Yeah. Well, the 50 cal half tracks can fire back, but just a little bit.
Just a little bit, that's true.
It's just a little bit, you know. Crack the window. A hole through like the Nazi like swastika part of the plane.
True. There's certainly a possibility. Now, it is mildly amusing to me to watch as the Tiger tank exchanges rounds with the T-34-85. Only because as soon as the Tiger shoots, the T-34 was shooting, so it's kind of just like pinging off and just getting returned. I don't know. My mind works in mysterious ways. Is that an off-map I see? Yes, we have a 105 off-map being brought on in from the German side of things. And unfortunately for the Germans, did not really retard the progress of those Tanko Thessaloniki at all. And with those half-tracks, it's going to cause a hefty amount of issues for them.
Oh yeah, I mean, using the half-tracks as the Russians is always a really good idea. Yes, you don't get a lot of them compared to the Germans, but the Germans don't have anti-tank rifles most of the time, so you can just run up like this and just go full ham on all these rather defenseless ersatz trooping.
And that, again, is one of the reasons I absolutely loathe ersatz openings. That they're there to grab territory, and maybe not even that.
Yeah, that just doesn't really work all that well for Zebes, especially in a very infantry-focused map, such as Sloots. You kind of want to open up more with Panzer Grenadiers, I find. Even just regular Panzer Grens without the Panzerfaust, you still got really good availability with them, and you can get them in half-tracks.
Well, one thing we are going to see is we are going to see a very quick call. Yep, there we go. Yep. This is, I would argue, is Zebes Thomas's only real hope for holding that early position. And honestly, oh my gosh, two T-34s being brought into the south as well. This is going to be nearly impossible to hold.
Yeah, right now Zebes just doesn't have enough. Well, actually, the T-34s are getting ambushed from the Tiger up north as they try to cross that bridge, it seems. It's just gonna catch him off guard and should pretty much save his southern force for now, as those Dorniers are getting some rather lovely strafing runs in, just enough to slow down the Russian push.
Now the 105 being, you know, shredding everything, IL-2 making his bomb run as well. But yeah, that 105, like I said, yeah, 105 right now, he is saving the day with those barrages. He's pinned everything down except for one half-track.
Yep. Kringle really needs like some medium tank, some anti-tank down in the southern section, like stat, because these half-tracks need to die. Yo, actually, maybe he's gonna like grenade him if the ersatz trooping. That's kind of amusing.
If he does, only because he's getting lucky with this. Oof. Yeah, that was luck right there.
But he's very focused on like his Gepards and Grills, like more of his light vehicle play early on compared to getting like the infantry and tanks out, which is more expected for 5th Panzer.
Now there is a 37mm down south from the Soviet side. So while we are seeing some strafing runs, going to become significantly harder in the very, very near future.
They can't just fly around willy-nilly like they could before.
Nope, it certainly seems to be a very difficult proposition. Tiger, in the meantime, by the way, broke the tracks on one of the T-34s. Part of me would kind of like to see this Dornier straight from the side. And what are we doing? We have two 50/9s going behind enemy lines and getting shelled by this Su-76.
Yep, no. I see what he's doing. He's trying to like flank around and shoot the infantry from the rear, which is honestly a pretty cool idea. But it's just not going to work, it seems.
Well, yeah, and that's going to be the proviso is that if it works, it's absolutely brilliant. If it doesn't work, then why did we waste 30 points?
Yep. Yeah, right now, I mean, Zebes is holding the middle part of the town, just with the Grills and Gepard, I see, really doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Yeah, I hope in B phase, Zebes has a bit more, like, actual infantry, and not just flam troops and Ursatch.
At least something more, considerable. Yeah.
Yeah, like
But
some Panda Grenadiers.
P4's been brought on in. I am surprised that the Soviet hold on that town in the south is not gone, but certainly fraying.
Off my party.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the last barrage might be able to push out of the town. Emphasis on might.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those off maps have really pretty much just kept Zebes in the game in this town area so far. So maybe, if he calls it in to a counter push, he's got Panda 4s being brought in. They're going to be brought down to the southern side. He is starting to, Rabin, don't really approve of the Ursatch opener, but he has managed to hold, which is, gotta give him credit for that at least.
I am, and that's very true. And never mind, he's just abusing my love and affection with, oh my gosh, I feel sick right now. I haven't gotten the flu yet, knock on wood, but this is killing me right now.
I'll get you the bucket after the match, okay?
Thank you. IL-2 goes off the Tiger again, wing damage already though, courtesy of the Gepard, as the last artillery barrage comes in on this kind of north of the bridge section of the town. Now, if Zebes is really on top of it, he certainly can give Kringle something to think about more than his ho-ho-hos. Yeah, that's a little weak, I'm sorry. Moving on. With the several platoons of Air/Trooper and the two P4s, there might be enough bodies to be thrown at Kringle's troops.
Yeah.
That the town's gone. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's really his best bet. Yeah, we are going to be heading to B phase now, and Kringle bringing in some T-34s and some more infantry to try and hold the town. While Zebes is, he's actually got he's got pioneers! There we go, some actual,
real infantry?
Some real German infantry, I can taste, yeah. That was kind of weird, but anyway.
that's one for each of us, Ryan, no big deal. Now there are two pioneers and two squads to tank with this on Nikki being very quickly rushed to the attack. And it's super lucky for Kringle over here that this Pack 36 did not see them on the road. Oof, that would have been absolutely brutal.
Pack 36 got a rather tight line of sight. If you look at it down south, you can only see a very small gap.
Yes, yeah.
That's our artillery.
Yeah, what's coming down?
We only got Kringle's got 276 mils.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, just a tickle.
Unfortunately for that Flammenwerfer, though, that's enough to cause him some rather big headaches. But here we are again. We had these half tracks charging on in, so grenades, or not even needed.
Very close air support, yeah. But yeah, so that's going really well for Zebes in the town. He just has more bodies in there. And it's working. Kringle really needs to step up his infantry game. He is focusing more on tanks now, bringing out a lot of T-30-45s. He can need infantry to protect said T-30-45s.
Well, and he's bringing them in really far to the north, too. So, you look at those T-30-45s to maybe engage that Tiger, which I understand. He's in, the Pride Rock right now.
Yeah.
Still, it's not what you want to have to be dealing with.
Got a mortar half-track being brought in, which is always a great call for town fights. And here we go. Kringle bringing in a bunch of heavy-duty sapperies to try and sap the German real power out of our town.
No, but he's not going to the south with them. He's going into that northern
Whoa!
town.
Oh yeah. I think he's kind of given up on the southern side of that town for now. Just trying to secure the major push, which is on the northern end of the town.
I am kind of fascinated to see this T-34-85 could shred this German advance for the moment.
Yeah, he's holding them off, but at Pack 36, he's ready to knock on that T-34's door. Very eager. Very eager.
Yeah, but eager doesn't mean I can actually kill it. And the IL-2 run on that Tiger freaks it out, but not enough. Second time's a charm? No.
Tiger's been absolutely punished so far with those IL-2 runs, but he's still chugging.
He certainly is. Now, amusingly enough, these P4s, despite the fact that they would be, again, absolutely devastating on this entire column, not able to actually do anything about it, but this Dortier might. Oh my gosh, nothing. Oh man. That could have been brutal.
Yeah, but the anti-air is strong on Kringle's side. And Zebes is getting pretty strong in armor. He's got a Panther A now. He's got one of those Panther 4s with 2-star base veterancy. And Jesus Christ, Tourney is going to be well, he's going to be grounded for a little bit.
Ibit, see Eternity.
Mm-hmm.
That Tiger has been taking an awful lot of attention here.
Yeah, he really want that Tiger dead. Like, jeez.
Is he tunnel visioning too much on that? Is the question.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to kill that Tiger, but what's he gonna do if he kills it? It doesn't seem like he's gearing for a major push in the middle. He's moving up a guard in the T-34 or 2, but not really enough to make a major breakthrough. He should really try and maybe deal with his southern assault here, because by God, there's a lot of Panther 4s and they don't like being rocketed by aerial rockets.
Can we just continue to acknowledge the fact that we still have 2 squats superiors that are inside their trucks? There we go. They've been sitting in those trucks for the last couple of minutes here, and it's just kind of like, ugh.
It's like a good song on the radio.
I don't quite follow.
They were sitting inside the trucks because there was like a song on the radio, and they're like, "Hey, we gotta wait for the song to finish before we like jump out and actually go to battle."
Now I got you. I'm sorry. Didn't quite get it the first time. But we are back. It's 13-11. I was gonna say it was 12-12. The funny thing that struck me so far about these tournament matches is that they have been remarkably consistent in territory.
Yeah. I mean, neither side is really making major breakthroughs still. Even though Zebes has kind of spearheaded in the middle, it's only by like 1 flag victory still.
Exactly.
Doesn't seem that significant, but it doesn't seem that significant on the scoreboard. When you look on the map, you see Zebes' forces like, Jesus Christ, that's a bit of a push.
Now, the humorous thing for me is that right now we have entire swath. It might be the best term.
Company.
And then some. I mean, this is like a whole battalion's worth of infantry being brought on in. Metaphorically speaking. Unfortunately for them, they're all being brought in with very little armor support. So while the Guard DPs are certainly very, very capable troops, is that enough?
Against German infantry, yes. I definitely say so. Right now, his issue is the German tanks and air power. Because those Panzer 4s and Panthers are in really nasty spots. And he needs to blow them up.
You know, I think he's desperately trying to do that. We do have 3 T-34-85s on that hill, but we have a Pac-36 sneaking to within 500 meters of them. So this could be absolutely devastating here.
L2's going in.
L2's going in, yeah, but the Pac-36 is still right there. Look how close he is. That is killing close. And he door knocks. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Use worthwhile munitions, my friend.
Doesn't he not have the rocket? I think it's like...
800 meters, he's in it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame, because he definitely could have killed a T-34 there if he could have a muzzle-loaded rocket.
I guess we shouldn't be too critical, because one of them is bailed out and now dead,
Mhm,
and
there
another
you go.
one is sight damaged, but
Yeah.
hard to be too happy about that.
Yeah. These Panthers are going to be a real pain in the ass for Kringle to deal with, because the real sad macabre about 44th is you only got T-34, 85, 43s, not the 44 models, so you don't got the APCR shells. So it can be a real pain in, I keep saying pain in the ass, but it can be a real kick in the shins to kill those Panthers in a long-range engagement. And a map like this on Slutsk, it's a pretty long-range map.
It certainly is.
I like that T-34 down south behind enemy lines. I think he's a little bit confused on where he should be.
I think he's one of those guys who's like, okay, guys, you know what's going to happen? We're going to wait until infantry gets to us, and then we're going to break out. Let's do this.
I'd really like to see him flank that Panther. Or it's a Tiger coming in, it's an anti-tank.
There's a Shrek coming in.
Yeah. He's not long for this road, I think. He's in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah. Roll those windows up, kids. He sees them, too. Question is, are the Panthers turning in time? The Panthers turning in time should be fun. And the Shrek is when I hop out of that house and I charge.
No.
Oh my gosh.
The Panther's
Shrek
like...
Squad, this is what you're made for. What are you doing?
I think the Panther should be...
Maybe. Transmission's already damaged.
It's gonna be close.
Even if you destroy the transmission, that would have been enough. Take it out of commission for a good amount of time, that's as much as a death sentence. I don't know. I'd argue anyway. T-34 85s. We have another company of them moving into the north. And 1311 now over here for Zebes Thomas. And the funny thing for me is that we're only really seeing Jordy 217s.
Yeah, he's only really focusing on... I've seen like a Messerschmitt 410, but it's pretty much like the same sort of thing. But
Yes.
he's just focusing on just gun run strafing. And it is honestly working, as he's just been strafing all the infantry to hell and back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And neither side is actually... Both sides are using so many airplanes, but neither of them are using fighters. They're just both okay with the fact that, you know, the pilots are just raving to each other as they fly by, like in the early stages of Rotor 1 aerial combat, you know?
Mm-hmm. Certainly true. Now, I'm watching as these Pioneer squads over here to the central part of the map. They're paying the price, but they're getting results.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, that is a lot of T-3045s up north. I do
Yes,
like...
that platoon coming in, yeah.
Yeah. Do like that, because that could be a pretty good... It could be a pretty good result. I mean, he is smoking the German position, so try and block their line of sight. So this could work. Probably want... It does have some infantry nearby, but... I don't know. I want it to work.
I know you do, buddy. I know you do. But we are into Phase C, so a massive drop in economy.
Hmm.
And as more IL-2s come in, we're getting actually another wave of Russian infantry to the south. And oh my... Wait, where'd the air cover go? Oh my gosh, there's a 1 ZSE that survived. It's out of ammunition.
That's, I think he's just making pew-pew noise as he looks at the airplane.
410's going after the IL-2. This might be a kill. Maybe it isn't.
A Dio? I think the Dio's going to. Oh. God, those IL-2s can take a heap load of punishment, because that was like 4 20 mils and 4 machine guns going right at him.
Well, 410's going to get one more run at him before he gets away. Is it going to be enough, though? Not many flies. Okay, dude, use the hypotenuse. There we go.
There we
Well
go.
done. Ammo explosion, one of the T-34 85s to the north. That platoon is getting shellacked.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to help us as 410 comes in again, destroyed straight from that. Yep.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it was... I really do like his close air support that Zebes been doing. It's working really well for him. But to be fair, Kringle has been pretty lackluster in the anti-air department. This is, if he was to get...
I disagree. I mean, he's been bringing in ZSUs, he's been bringing in 37 mils. Could it be better? Yes, certainly. But it's not like he's been sitting there saying, "Ah, oh, what anti-air? What's that?"
He just needs fighters.
Yes, I agree there.
You always bring fighters, guys, because of situations like this model run.
The quite amusing thing about this, though, is we have 3 squads of guards that are all right next to this Panther, and they could just ding that damn thing to death.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, he does realize that, and he backs up a little bit further towards the shoreline, so, you know, giving with one hand and taking with another. All right.
Yeah, Zebes has been on a pretty slow but steady +1 advantage. Kringle is barely, just barely holding on to that town on the hill, as he's just kind of throwing infantry into E34s here, but it's not going to be enough, as they all keep dying. They die a lot.
Does certainly seem to be the case. Now, we haven't really talked about those Pioneer squads who got so much results, but if you look at them right now, they have this oddly beautiful enfilading position.
Mm-hmm.
And while I would have thought this Panther Strike squad would have been dead immediately, what we are seeing instead, we're seeing this kind of, well, flanking maneuver here. In the meantime, just another 410. Yep, I think we have another 410 making an aggressive run on another IL-2. He's going to get at least one here. Maybe both. He's got... Oh my gosh. Know the best part? I think this guy's name, Hun. I'm pretty sure that means chicken. I'm pretty sure.
I'm so glad you know, like, bits of German.
I might be wrong. I know Huna is certainly chicken, but in any case, yeah, the Soviet line has collapsed. What had been a chink in the armor has now become a rather gaping, bleeding wound here.
Mm-hmm.
And although we have small Soviet victories here and there as cut-off squads get, well, decimated or annihilated in some cases, we still have 6 squads of Soviet infantry that's been chilling up to the north that just do absolutely nothing. And we're seeing Zebes Thomas over here throwing in another 4 squads, another Gepard. So I would not see that those guys are long for this world either.
Yeah. To be fair of Kringle, the division matchup was not really in his favor to begin with.
True.
It's tough. I mean, 5th Panzer is already a very strong division, especially strong when you don't have Rafale AT to kill all the strong tanks thrown at you.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Mm-hmm.
But we are seeing the final bloody conflict. We have a new ZSU being brought on in, this one with bullets.
Oh.
Privilege. Exactly. And then immediately taken out by an artillery piece.
Yeah, that's great. That was literally the last shot from that grill. That's hilarious. Those grills have been doing actually pretty well. We don't see them all too often, but 7HE, 2-kilometer gun, it doesn't muck about when it's shooting at stuff, preferably infantry.
Well, certainly not with any kind of actual ability. No.
Mm-hmm.
To the north, as expected, the guard squads are getting aggressed upon, let's put it politely, by those Pgrens. And again, with a Tiger in support, yeah, this is a big ask to even have those guys hold for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Outnumbered 3-1, they still move to the attack. What brave men.
They're called guards.
I was pretty sure they were called guard squads because they were just kind of like, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a new division. We're calling them guards, and it'll be the best we have. And it was just like, they had 2 weeks of training instead of 1.
Yeah.
But Kringle goes back to the North Pole, unfortunately not seeing what he wanted to at the end of that. And yeah, I'm sure we'd look at the chronology early on quite well. Really, he was holding his own. And then right about, I want to say, yeah, about the 18-minute mark, the chronology starts bleeding
Yeah.
and doesn't stop.
Yeah. It's a good like early push show from Kringle in their chat town, but he just couldn't keep up the momentum, so to speak.
I think that's a very, very fair way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, one P4 just was like the infantry killer reason over here.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the Panther, and then the Grill. Like, Walker just walked in those shots. And Ragnar.
Wow.
Jeez.
Frithman, what? He was a 9-to-1 kill ratio? That's absolutely insane. And they're tanks, too, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But, wow. Yes. Like you said, hard matchup to take. But, Kringle, honestly, man, I thought you were quite competitive there. Really did. But, anything else, sir?
You know how, like, the Panther... It's like, you got, like, the Panther A, and then you got, like, the Panther D.
Yes.
The Panther A probably got better marks in high school.
Yeah, but you know what? That Panther D, he was a hard worker.
He was a hard worker, but he just couldn't do it, you know? It's a shame.
Well, that's what happens when you get rushed into the 8th grade and you have like grade 2 testing.
No, first day of high school, he arrives at high school, he bursts into flame as he walks through the doors. Just like at Kursk.
I feel like there's some other religious iconography we can go with on that one, but for now.
No, that's just a reference to the Panthers coming off
yeah.
the train in Kursk and, kind of going
in there being like, wait a second, we have no machine guns, and getting wrecked by Molotov cocktails and flamethrowers.
Yep.
Oh, Panzer Kyles, we barely knew you. But folks, as a quick reminder again, we are hosting another match this week, so keep an eye out later. But for right now, any last thoughts?
Nope.
In that case, folks, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo, take it easy.